We're breaking down Manchester United Europa League woes once again in Europe. We drew 1-1 against Fenerbahce in Istanbul, Turkey. Ten Hag's men continue to disappoint in Europe. Our European record under the bald man over the last two seasons is atrocious. And as soon as we got that goal, I was like, this team ain't going to hold this lead. No chance, no way. All kinds of odd decision-making on display today. Bruno, unavailable because of the red card in the last game. And Mazraoui plays as 10. Poor Ahmad can't get a go. He even played Anthony ahead of him. Can't believe that. But, yeah, more of the same for Manchester United. Wasn't that surprising. Enjoyed Mourinho's antics as usual. How we doing, sir? How we feeling? How's everything going? Pretty not great.
I've seen this movie before. It has been on repeat for 14 months. I am set. I am good. I cannot believe that this is what we are going to do for the next 8 months. And it's like we're watching the greatest club in all of the world just accept mediocrity in front of our eyes. I don't understand it. We had this amazing FA Cup victory that got us European football. We had this horrific display in the Champions League, the worst run in Europe in our club's history. Now we're explaining away draws in Europa League. Our manager being like, great result, Porto away, great result in Fenerbahce. Like, how low can we go? And what does it do to the players' mentality when you're hearing the coach say, hey, a draw at Fenerbahce, that's a great result for Manchester United. I'm here to tell you, not a great result for Manchester United. It's a bunch of bluffing, especially when you consider how shit we were in Europe last year, that if we didn't come out barnstorming, like, where is the backbone in this squad? Where's the backbone in this manager? I feel like he's going to make excuses until we're in the championship or we're in the Conference League at the moment. So I'm pretty much sick of it. I think we need change. Like, getting on the pod and saying the same thing over and over again, I don't get it. This back-breaking result that Ineos needs to fire Ten Hag isn't going to happen. It's just going to be more of this malaise, and you're killing the team I love. You're killing the sport I love. Like, what are you doing? Like, save us from this. It's insane.
And you're killing the American Red Devils. You are stomping out our hearts in real time. No, at this point, it's like, it's not even about the draw. It's about the fact that United continues to just meander through Europe, unbelievably lack of kind of inertia, impetus, going to get the win. The team was flat, didn't make sense. We just showed no gumption.
At number 10.
That made no fucking sense. Like, madness, just absolute madness. And the Anthony sub instead of Ahmad, that really broke me after how promising of a start Ahmad had to the season. And with a man with the back against the wall, he's really backing his boy, Anthony. So either way, I think it has to be near the end. They're not going to let us run out the whole eight months, the rest of the season. There's a lot of season left. There's no reason they have to flush it down the toilet. We could still make Europe through the Premier League. It's just not going to happen under this manager. So I don't know what they're waiting for. I think they will make a move, but I also thought they'd make a move last international break, which they have not. But the team is uninspired. The decisions that they're making make no sense. And then most importantly, and I think this is where our frustrations come from, or at least mine does, and I want to speak for you. I'm sick of I'm sick of the excuses. I'm sick of the excuses from the manager. Just own it. We're not playing well enough. Hey, it's on me. And instead, it's always like, well, I've won cups. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Just like, come on. Read the room. It's Manchester United. We don't celebrate FA Cups. It's great. But this is like, we didn't win the league. We didn't win the Champions League. Just relax and be like, we got to do better. And it's always him fighting shadows. And I think all United fans are frustrated. I'm sick of it. And I think we just need a fresh start. But I don't know how long Ineos is going to drag us out because they're moving slow on this. Other things they were proactive. They are not proactive on how they manage Erik ten Hag at United.
Yeah, this is like a new thing where it's like we used to just try to win things. Now we're worried about explaining away shit results. Like, this is unacceptable in the league. Absolutely unacceptable in Europa League. Look at these teams. Europa League's a joke. We should be top of the table. We should be winning. We should be beating Fenerbahce away. Mourinho's team, like, come on.
They weren't insane. Good. I mean, it's like they're that good.
Exactly. It's like, it's crazy, the gaslighting that's going on at this club. And we're really missing the mark. Ineos is missing the mark. And I just don't, it's been 14 months of this. It's not like 6 months under Rangnick. Like, Rangnick sucked. That was like, I wanted it to work out, right? Clearly there was a disconnect between him and the Glazers. That was 6 months, like fine, but that was some of the worst moments because there's no hope. There's no hope. And Ten Hag is even worse because not only is there no hope, he's out there making excuses in the press and like saying that we're playing good when we're not. And he's like doing things that make no sense, like Maz at 10 and Anthony over Ahmad, who by the way looks pissed. And oh, by the way, he's a great young talent. And is he going to fall out with another great young talent and push him out of the team so that nobody's left? I have no idea what the strategy is there. So we're losing our minds. We hope you are not losing your minds. But quick PSA for the podcast before we get into the Fenerbahce breakdown.
We're going to break down over here. Losing it.
Check out our YouTube channel, American Devils on YouTube. Got the channel started this year. Please like, subscribe, support the channel. And if you're watching now on YouTube, please subscribe. Goes a long way to help Muppets like us, and we need it because, man, this has been a rough go again. Patreon.com. If you want to sign up, go to /AmericanRedDevils. Our top Muppets join our Patreon page. Tons of benefits, behind-the-scenes episode every single month. Please check it out. Also, we got our store. American Devils trucker, scarves, Eric Ten Hag. Red Army scarf. You want to troll us? Buy some of those. You want to support the man backing us all? Buy some. Glazers out.
Bye.
We hate the Glazers too. Get them out. This is horrible.
Get them out.
Viva Garnacho. So again, everything you buy supports the podcast. Please go to the store. Also our website, americanrevels.com. Sir, tell them about iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews and 5-star reviews of the American Devils wherever you listen. It's a great way to support the pod. It helps us get found organically by other top Muppets like yourself, and we're still giving away free merch. All you have to do is write a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. Send a screenshot of that review to americanrevels@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship some free ARD gear. Send it right to your door anywhere in the world, sir. Let's get into that Hans and Franz ball. We're heading to Turkey. Let's go, Istanbul. Come on.
All right, we got the Hans and Franz remix here. Starting to not like the Hans and Franz remix.
I was a big fan, and I started to loathe it just because these European nights are getting painful. Go ahead.
At one point in time, this competition was considered a joke, and you didn't take it seriously. Now we're playing the Titans of Europe, and you can never expect us to get a win away. As far as the managers lining it up, sir. It was 1-1. Brutal. But let's break down that lineup. We had Onana, double save in net. Martinez, Lindelof, the low back line. Ugarte comes in with Eriksen, Mazraoui. Garnacho on the left. Xerxes up top and Rashford on the right. What'd you make of this 11?
I thought I was seeing something when Mazraoui was placed as the 10. That didn't make any sense to me, and I was hoping my boy Amad Diallo would get a start. Certainly could need some minutes. He was so promising at the beginning of the season. But, so I had some question marks. Sir, what were you thinking when you saw old Nasir up at 10? That's a new one.
By the way, Ahmad did play 10 at Sunderland. Played very well. Additionally, Eriksen could slide in there.
Rashford's played 10 before. Xerxes could play 10 with Højlund up front. There's a lot of options. You
did not like this 11.
No.
Especially the little stars for the boys. Xerxes up top over Højlund. We're dying for a win in Europe. It's going to be a big match. Fenerbahce away. I didn't like this that much, sir. It was a little concerning, especially with the Maz, and then obviously the Anthony sub when it would happen. All right, let's break down the game. Get into it first half.
Sorry, Fenerbahce they were frisky early, but United, they had a nice turnover, and in the 15th minute, Eriksen made his mark. Let's get the beat drop.
All right, here we are. Eriksen, 15th minute.
Now Xerxes and Garnacho have a run here against Chaliot Soyuncu. Pulls it back. Mazraoui, the touch off to Xerxes. The setup for Eriksen, and Manchester United lead with a very well taken and very well made goal. Inside a quarter of an hour. It's their first attack of the game, really. It really was a very good goal.
I mean, great goal, great finish by Eriksen. He's turning up this season. You don't hate to see that. And obviously, Xerxes with the great layoff. Maz involved. But Fenerbahce just didn't look that good.
They look at a team we should have no problem with. It's like a lot of former, Premier League washouts. You got our boy Fred, Amrabat. You got the Southampton guy, Tadic. So they're solid.
That guy, the Southampton guy.
Whatever. That guy. He was at Ajax for a while. they're a team that we should be handling in Europe, no problem. We came out. They had some chances. It was a nice goal. Ugarte turned the ball over well. We moved it up the pitch. Decent layoff from Xerxes, but a really good finish from Eriksen. But this is where I was like, well, that's great, but I've seen this before because we've actually started well in Europe. We just completely fall apart at some point, which we found a way to do, sir, as we usually do.
22nd minute, Rashford with a great run, shoots just wide. 26th, Ugarte, goal-saving block. United are stretched. Great to see the Uruguayan getting a critical block there on the... And then 37th minute, brilliant double save from Onana. He's coming up with the double saves this season, so probably saving us a point in Europe. Last year he was giving them away. This year he's saving them.
No, there was a lot of action in the first half. Second half was a lot less action. Onana, yeah, like you said, Europe last year, he was atrocious. But I think he's been a very consistent performer this season, especially how bad United's been. Call-outs in the half is like a decent half until, they had some chances. But De Ligt, I think, is a player who continues to show his worth. I thought Ugarte finally had a decent half of football, and Eriksen, of course, with a nice goal. So, but second half, what did you expect from this side? I knew it. I knew as soon as they came out, they looked soft. They had no kind of gumption to be like, let's take a hold of this game. And it only took 4 minutes, sir. What do you expect from this side?
Sam Maximo looking for the cross into En-Nesyri. This time he's got it. And Fenerbahce level at 1-1. It's his first European goal for the club.
Where have I seen Victor Lindelof?
I was about to say, I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen Victor Lindelof?
No, it was in the final. You don't remember the final against Villarreal? It was
course.
the over-the-top header. Exactly the same play. Different
It's happened multiple times with him.
No, but it's over the top. Lindelof, a little soft. It's just, there you go. It's like, yeah, this is United. This is what we are. It's just like guys being paid, extended. Just stay on the roster. Suck. Just keep sucking. Keep blowing it. Like you blow it at Villarreal, you blow it here. There's nothing changing here. This is just mediocrity. We're watching the thing we love die in front of us. It's horrific. Can't take it anymore. So I'm absolutely done. I'm done with. We're getting close. We're getting real close.
American Red Devils, we're on the edge.
Months.
American Red Devils is on the edge.
14 months of just getting kicked in the nuts. It's like eventually somebody's gonna say, "I'm good." Like I'm good. I just can't.
We've been doing this pod for 7 years, almost 8 years. We basically sucked the entire time.
This is the worst it's ever been.
No, I know.
By far, worst it's ever been.
The second half,
we're in it. But we used to be where something like this you get upset. Now it's like this is a positive. And this is positive? The whole fan base online, where it's like it used to be like United draw.
Nobody's positive. I don't
people
know
would be angry.
People are angry.
People are angry.
Well,
it's a tough place to play.
No, only the manager said that. Everybody was killing the manager. Everyone I saw online was not being pumped about a point. No way, no how.
I'll tell you what. When whatever the Glazers would do makes sense, then you're in bad. It's like I have a feeling that when you think Ed Woodward would have fired him by now, and then you're playing shit still. It's like Jesus.
Yeah, but
I could never imagine that. I could never imagine that.
Let's land the plane on this.
This is
let's land the plane on this game.
It's sir. It's percolated. It's
I'm aware. It's okay. It was a horrible half of football. It was.
The fire rises.
I know. Hit it again, sir. Hit it again.
All right, double sub. You know what we need? Casemiro and Højlund for Lindelof.
It was going that bad.
Xerxes.
It was going. Xerxes did not look very good. He had a decent layoff to Eriksen, but he misplaced a bunch of big passes in the lead up. He had some rough touches, and that was a shame to see. So they had to change it, and Lindelof obviously getting
Another
cooked.
Dutch player bites the dust.
Yeah, but De Ligt's good, so let's I get it.
Jose sent off. Gotta love Jose.
Yeah. When he's not your manager, you love him. That's the thing about Jose Radio.
Respect, man. Respect.
By the way, we'd be better if he was coaching us, unfortunately.
Well, right now, but yeah.
Yes, we would.
Yes, that's fine. But that's revisionist history. That's like people asking for Ole back in. So let's get rid of this
He'd be
game.
better too.
He got set off. Just okay.
Anyone.
Okay, very good. Very helpful. 60th minute, United basically had an open goal, unbelievable break, and then Delo made an absolute meal of it. Talk about a player who shouldn't be here, and everyone's kind of accepted as someone who is not as good as they actually are. You talked about Lindelof. Delo is just not up to United caliber, and this was just this last 30 minutes, second half.
He's a sub. He's a backup right
I know, but plays every game. He hasn't missed a game in a while. Anyway, Anthony comes on for Rashford. I was very disappointed at this point. I was quite mad. He only lasted 15 minutes. He got an injury. Ahmad came on, created more than I believe Mazraoui did in the entire 90 minutes he played as 10. So once again, showing the technical prowess of the manager. The last 30 minutes of this game just like completely petered out. Like neither team was that up for it after a kind of end-to-end first half.
No, great analysis. And from a stats perspective, let's pull it up here. United have 12 shots to Fenerbahce's 10, 5 on target each. We did get out XG'd by Fenerbahce. They had 1.68 to our 1.28. They had the threat. They had the tilt. It was their house. But when you're looking at United,
Look at that formation,
completely mashed potatoes. Maz, I didn't think helped that. He's playing out of position. This is where you have to call the manager where it's like, he's low energy, Ten Hag. He's not getting the boys up for it. And he's trying to like outsmart people in a way that doesn't work. And then he won't take the L and then he won't switch it up. And it's like, it's not working. Here's the deal. Maz at number 10, there's a reason he didn't play number 10 for Bayern.
He's a right back.
He's a right back.
And
by the way, you have other number 10s in the team. Eriksen, Ahmad, you could play Rashford there. Lots of different players are Xerxes. By the way, the argument for signing Xerxes is to play him at 10
For this game.
Like, but you know what? I'm not going to do that because other people think that it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Also, the Anthony over Ahmad doesn't work. You know, he played Wout Weghorst at number 10. What are you doing, pal? Yeah. He's playing Anthony over Ahmad, who's better by any margin again. And it's like, this is making the team worse. It's making it. Ahmad is unmotivated. You saw Rude on the touchline with his arm over him. This is toxic behavior from our manager. And if you're fighting ghosts and you're doing all these things inside the team, when you got good players who can do a job, everybody knows Anthony shouldn't get a shot. Everyone knows. The fans know. There's nowhere to hide. The players know. It's like, guess what? Probably not a nice guy. Ahmad is like, what's going on? We're going to have internal fights again. It's like, we're not playing well. We're not getting results. It's joyless. And then we're infighting. It's crazy.
No, I mean, this is why I think you and I both advocated for a change so strongly before the international break. It's because this becomes a thing where it's just like toxic. It's toxic, and I don't think Ineos is kind of appreciating how dangerous this is for the club right now. It's dangerous for the fans. You have players who have tons of talent who you want to keep around, the Garnachos, the Kobes, the Amad Diallos. That could be a huge part of the future for this club, and them getting kind of strung around by this this manager who's lost the plot. He should have run out of rope by now. There's no reason that he's kind of still in the swing of thing after last season and how we started this season. I can't wait for the excuse. I can only imagine. I haven't even listened to this, but it's going to be a fucking joyride. Let's go.
Let's go.
When you are going up, we're winning the game with 1-0, you should take more control. We should have scored also a second goal. Rashford, we had big chance before halftime, and we had also some other opportunities where we fell short because we gave the ball too easy away, or the final pass was not there, and then concede a goal like we did after halftime. That's poor. First ball from a free kick should never be played in our block, and then one cross and it's a goal. Afterward, we showed some resilience and determination to go for a second. We had again big chance with Rashford, but the final pass was not given right. And we had some things more, like Garnacho, especially Nus, had a good one, a good shot. And we had some opportunities more. But all over, we have to take the point. And from 2 tough away games, we have 2 points. And now we have to win. And now we have, I think, 2 home games.
We got to stick to the plan. We got 2 big home games, sir. What do you say? What is your boy?
All right. Put the audio up. Oh, yeah.
Your boy.
Do you understand what I mean?
You understand what I mean?
We have twitched our ass on the bench. Do you understand what I mean?
Do you understand what these Dutch coaches mean? Sir, you got to go. It's not personal. It's just business. It's a performance-based job. You're blowing it. The players have lost faith in you. The fans have lost faith in you. forget the media. You got to make a change because it doesn't matter. It's like it doesn't matter who the next guy is. You just got to get a guy in who's not this guy right now because right now he's killing everybody's soul. He's sucking the life out of us. This is joyless. This is no fun. I can't take much more of this. It's like we're all losing our mind, and I'm sick of hearing it. If he was just like, "Yo, we weren't good enough. We weren't gonna give you a little
Look
that."
at the XG. Look at this.
like,
United didn't create shit. It's like, and it's like this shows you that the plan. Stick to the plan didn't work. He finally made the change, bringing in Højlund. It actually like spiced things up. And oh, by the way, we didn't create shit until they got the red card,
and they could have scored.
Let's look at this. This is horrific. If you look at the XG,
Well, that was the subs came on right around the red.
No,
card.
but like the red card is what changed the game in our favor ultimately. Like we created nothing after the Eriksen chance.
Yeah, but they didn't
There's
lose
nothing, and it's just this is not sustainable. It's not what like United not only has to play like decent football. We got to win. It's like you got to win things at Manchester United. And for me, it's like if you're not on the path, as nothing personal against Anog, he's not a leader of men and he's not a tactical genius. That's it. It's just how it is, man. And you either got to be one or the other. And he's not outsmarting anybody with his tactics. He looks like a deer in the headlights. When he makes changes or he does things, it's easy for you and me to question them. And clearly by like bringing Ahmad on, he's like the best player. Clearly, there's a feud there. That's why he's not playing. He's like, so like he's losing in front of our eyes. He's making the wrong calls in front of our eyes. And United, he's not getting results. Number one, it's a results-based business. The results are not there. We are like 21st in the Europa League table. Let's pull it up real quick. Look at it. Look at it. Like, where are we?
Going. Check out the teams we're sandwiched in between. This is the best part. We're in between Victor Plzen and if Elfsborg. If Elfsborg. In 21st place, right in the meaty part of the curve. You know, we're not not showing off, not falling behind. This is exactly where you want to be.
We played Twente, like
Porto, Fenerbahce.
and Fenerbahce, and we're 0 goal differential.
We're not great.
This is Fenerbahce's higher than us in the table.
So is Porto. It's not going good, and this is why you have to make
Tottenham's second.
Yeah, they're not great either. So this is why you got to make a move.
No, but they are better than us.
Of course they are.
That's what I'm trying to
Yes,
tell
they
you.
are. I'm not arguing that. You got to make a move because there's no end in sight. With this manager, there's no end in sight. You're going to be stuck on the same path. We've seen this movie before. We know he can't get the players out of the situation. We're not going to fix it. He's not going to come around. It's not going anywhere. So don't waste our time. We've seen this before. I'm not saying that like, oh, because the Glazers fired every manager, that's necessarily the way to do it. But at this point, he kind of got a second chance after the FA Cup. He's blown that second chance. It's time to start
by
over.
the way, it's top, in my opinion, it's top 4 or bust, right? So it's like he has to be fired if he doesn't make top 4, right? So the question is, are we going to make top 4?
No fucking way.
Like playing the football we're playing. Or like you have to win Europa League or you have to make top 4. That's non-negotiable and you're out.
And I think
it's safe to say we're not heading that direction. So how long are you going to be backing them in that way? Mourinho had a hysterical interview, so we have to listen to it. Mourinho just, brings the vibes.
So there's only one place to start, the penalty incident that saw you red carded. What are your thoughts on the incident?
I don't want to speak about it.
You've just been in, I think, to see the referees. What did they say?
He told me something incredible. He told that at the same time he could see the action in the box and my behavior on the touchline. I congratulate him because he's absolutely incredible. His peripheral vision during the game, 100 miles per hour, he had one eye on the penalty situation and he had one eye on the bench and on my behavior. So that's the explanation he gave me. That's why he's one of the best referees in the world.
Jose Mourinho with another firecracker. I don't miss his pressers, but I feel like he'd just be hysterical to hang out with.
Mourinho,
I like him. I like him a lot.
You wouldn't want him to be your dad, but he'd be a great uncle.
He said good things about United since he left.
Yeah,
He's the only one. He's the only one he didn't say good things about the Glazers, but he does say he has like a reverence for the club, likes United a lot. There's something special there.
And he's one of the all-time great coaches, I will say. I mean, what he's done, winning 2 European titles at different clubs, winning at Porto, 4 domestic titles. We had some fun times, but he's also a diva. But hey, when he makes blockbuster football, And he's always an entertaining guy. And of course, he respects United because he gets the mantle. He understands it's a huge club. And the United fans loved Mourinho until he didn't, right? Like, he had a great song.
I love Mourinho.
You love everyone who leaves United, sir. You love.
I don't like the way Ole talked about it. LVG's funny because he slapped Ryan Giggs when he was drunk.
Yeah, that was
like
good, but he shit all over United.
LVG's just like a funny guy.
No, I like Mourinho because I respect Mourinho and I respect what he did. And
no, you could go.
We saw it falling apart a mile away.
Moyes don't like him.
No,
right? I think it's fair to say, like, obviously Sir Alex legend, everybody loves him. Santa Claus, basically, for all United fans. David Moyes, nobody likes him. The LVG, like.
He's the crazy uncle. He's like funny, but kind of a joke.
I just like because he got drunk and would slap Ryan Giggs at the Christmas dinner. That was funny.
That was good.
That was really funny.
Giggs deserved a slap.
And he, falling down.
No, he's a funny son of a bitch.
Queens Park Raisins.
No,
like,
hilarious.
Come on, that's like
sex masochism. Are you kidding me? He was fucking.
Ole was like, it was sad, and also kind of the way he talked after. Ole got sour after he left because he kind of. He tried to feel
bad for him. And the whole thing
Ole
was kind of
Mr. Nice Guy did, and then gave the interview, and then
that was
then
also
he said
bad.
He shouldn't have done it, and it was just kind of like a weird breakup. But Ole,
but everyone's gonna hate.
But again, I
this
also
guy
said
the
he'll
most.
never get a serious job after he left, which he hasn't, and he shouldn't have gotten the job at United. And then Ten Hag will not be liked when he leaves.
No
way,
nobody.
Because he's going to be so salty when he leaves.
He's gonna be salty, and there's not going to be this there's not that affection. He did win some silverware, but he doesn't have that lovable aura like even an LVG. Jose had his great song. Ole had a terrific song, and he had this he's not relatable. He's not approachable. There's nothing about this manager that's damn, he's got the cult of personality. He just doesn't have that. He doesn't, and that's huge in a club like United where you need to motivate overpaid prima donnas. Where the squad that we've assembled. So he ain't up to it. I'm excited. Hopefully it's Rude. Let's go. Come on, bring Rude in. Let's do it.
All right, fan questions. Quote, at Mike United Mets, does this game show that Bruno is the single most important player to our team?
Yes. He's been that way. It's not why we perform, but he's the best player on our team. He's pretty important.
He hasn't been playing well this year.
No, he hasn't.
So,
But look at the last 4 years.
We draw 1-1. We have mediocre draws with Bruno. We have mediocre draws without Bruno. So,
I knew this before this game.
I didn't see something completely different without Bruno in the team. I think we
would have been better without Mazraoui.
Right. Bruno, after we signed him, that 18-month run, you would see the difference. Right now, he's not in form, so I do think he's probably top one of the most important players on our team. But you could argue that. You could argue a proper left back or Luke Shaw could be really important, right? What would change the dynamic of this team right now?
It's not one player. There's no goal. There's no silver bullet. That's the whole problem with this team is there's no continuity. There's no we are greater than the sum of our own parts. So one player is not going to have this huge impact. A Lenny Euro, a DeLitt, a killer striker. It's
Euro will make a huge impact, when he comes in. I hope.
He'll be a positive impact, but he's not going to fix everything. This team needs so much work, and it needs a mentality shift, and that's going to start with a new manager.
I think that's more important. I think that's the more important thing.
That is, these players are good enough to finish in the top 6. It's just that they're not inspired the right way, and this manager ain't it at United. He's got to go.
At United scores, I wasn't able to watch live, but let me guess, there's no clinicality, a lack of character, and a gain time for Anthony over Ahmad. That's just killer. It's just that. That's everything you need to know. Right there. I didn't even watch it, but let me guess, it was shit. Yeah.
Even when we broke, we were a mess. We were a mess all the time. There was nothing.
At the_Cole18, why are we so flat and lethargic? There's zero movement off the ball to create, no energy, no accountability, no on-field leadership, no fight. If we're going to play a 4-4-2, which we did today, it looked awful. Why not play Xerxes and Højlund together? I don't understand. I don't get it. It's I'm as confused as everybody is. I don't know. I literally have no idea how Muppets like us, and by the way, shout out to the ARD fans getting in the comments here on Twitter, but how do we know it and Ineos doesn't? They got serious folks there. They got Ashworth. They got these guys.
These guys are smart.
They're smart. They got to look at this and be like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
They're gonna
what
do
are you
it,
doing,
dude. They're gonna do it before Thanksgiving. I still think they're gonna do it. It's a mess.
Javi, really?
Oh,
Is
fuck
that
Javi?
like
What has he won? Javi? What the fuck? Javi? Let's take a guy who,
by the
like,
way, people who think
never
Thomas
deserved that job in
Tuchel
the
is, like,
first place.
People think Thomas Tuchel is the problem.
I have not
Jesus
heard
Christ.
one serious person advocate for the idea of a Javi. That's like bringing Ole.
That came out strong this week.
No, but with no.
At M. Hersey, I'm tired of this team and even more tired of this manager. We have no identity. I just want this club to bring us joy, but feel like we're doomed to darker days. Feel like I need a few dark ales and a meat pie to drown my sorrows. This is it. This is it. This is it. Like, literally, and there's other fans who won't even tweet us anymore because they're just probably not even watching. Like, the regulars aren't even getting us questions because they're just like, people are done. Fans are leaving the stadium. The Brentford game had record ticket availability. Like, look, this is not good for this club. Like, it's time to move on. Like, what are we doing here? At YoniBoy_Sirs, why is it that Erik ten Hag waits so long to get a mod in or even make subs? In my opinion, Garnacho should have come off, move Rashi to the left and a mod to the right, but we wasted a sub with Anthony getting injured and a mod is coming on as a default. At Randy Scrandy, funny how one win against Brentford meant everything was just fine at Manchester United. Even funnier how people buy that garbage and then act surprised we're still shit the next match. Nothing changes until Ten Hag and the group that he assembled are shit canned. Hashtag Ten Hag out. I don't, even after Brentford, the whole positivity was pretty dull. I would say it's it was there. There was
I'm not so sure.
The shape, but you know what? In Brentford, the shape was better. And it wasn't today. No. And today was, by the way, beating Brentford 2-1 isn't going to get you top 4.
No.
And that's where we 600 million. That's where you got to be. Sir, it's going to be a long season, but it's always darkest before the dawn.
It's not even Halloween yet.
I feel like it should be April based on how tired we are.
I just feel like I've been in a fucking nightmare.
Thank God we got those 2 extra Europa League games, baby. Let's go. Never give up. Never surrender.
By the way, we're going to the extra round. We're going to be in that yellow bracket. The yellow bracket where you get the extra playoff games against Alcarbe. We're going to play some team in the middle of nowhere. Can't wait.
Never give up. Never surrender. America Red Devils. We're going to be here forever. Stretford End, sir. It's a rising. We're singing proud.
2 games. We're going to 2 games in January. Is he going to be manager by then? I hope not. He might be.
I think he's... Ineos. Bold strategy. Look, that's the podcast. You like the America Red Devils? Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/AmericaRedDevils, AmericaRedDevils.store. Grab some merch. Support the pod. We need it. We're dying. We're cooking, sir. Give us our top 10 downloads last 7 days.
Number 1, how you doing? Dublin, Ireland, Chicago, Illinois, Brooklyn, New York, Houston, Texas, Melbourne, Australia, Los Angeles, California, New York, Seattle, Washington, Philadelphia, PA, and Oslo, Norway. Appreciate all the America Devils sticking with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you check out our YouTube, we appreciate you. We know how tough this has been. You can only imagine how tough it's been for us. There's a lot of bald man talking about how shit this team is. It's the same fucking story over and over and over and over and over again. But hey, this is still Manchester United.
But hey,
this is still the greatest club in the world.
Dark is more than dawn.
We'll get better. At some point, we'll be better. At some point in the next 20 years, just be patient. What else you got to do? We got nothing better to do.
All right,
Might as well watch this team.
We've seen it all.
We won the lot.